Hello and welcome to On the Mat with Lydia. That's me, and whatever has brought you to your yoga practice today, you are very welcome here. Today's class is movement and meditation for Pittas. So if you are a Pitta type in your body, your personality, or both, that means you're very fiery. And with that fire comes intensity. So intensity in the form of passion, of drive, of dedication. But that intensity can also lead to burnout. So in order to balance out all that fieriness of Pitta, this practice today is going to be quite slow. We're going to work on taking away the expectations for perfection in our yoga practice and instead bring in a little bit more gentleness and compassion. So for this class, you might want to grab a blanket and 2 yoga blocks if you have them. Not required if you don't. It's just sweet to bring some props into the practice every once in a while. And when you're ready, we're going to start out in a nice, comfortable seated position. So find yourself in a nice, comfy seat, lifting the spine up tall, relaxing your hands onto your lap. And if it feels safe and comfortable for you, you can close your eyes. Otherwise, keeping your eyes open, finding a nice soft gaze towards the floor in front of you. Taking these first few moments as you arrive on your mat, as your time to transition away from your day so far into this time on your mat. Bringing that dedication and drive, that discipline with you onto your yoga mat. Dedicating this time to yourself, to nourishment, to self-care. But with that discipline, with that focus, letting go of any expectations for what your practice should be. Instead, making some room for permission, for forgiveness, for compassion, so that your practice today can be led by what feels best in your body, rather than what you think should be best in your mind. It all starts right here with your breath. As you soften your belly and breathe in and out through your nose, allowing for this gentle rise and fall of your breath, drawing you deeper into this present moment, into this experience of being in your body. And let's take another inhale right here. And exhale completely. And when you're ready, if your eyes are closed, please begin to flutter them open. Moving slowly now, begin to transition to your child's pose. So coming onto hands and knees, opening your knees nice and wide, bringing your big toes together to kiss, and melting your hips back towards your heels. As you drop your head down towards the mat, resting your forehead perhaps onto your hands, onto a block. Recognizing that the hips do not have to touch the heels. We're just looking for this action of lengthening the hips back so we can stretch through the back body. And as you find yourself in this sweet child's pose, letting go of any effort in your muscles, letting yourself become heavy, melting into the mat, and continuing with that breath, breathing in and out through the nose with your belly nice and relaxed, so you can feel that expansion on the inhale, and that release on the exhale. And let's stay right here for another breath in and breath out. Here in your child's pose, begin to reach your fingertips towards the top of your mat if you're not already there. And then walk your hands over towards the right edge of your mat, making this kind of crescent moon shape with the body. Hips stay heavy as you reach through the fingertips, stretching into your left side waist. Taking a big breath in and slow breath out. And with your next inhale, walking your arms back through center and all the way over to that left edge of your mat. Stretching through that right side of your body now as you breathe in and breathe out. Once more, walking your hands back through center in your child's pose. Take an inhale here. And exhale. With your next inhale, slowly rise up to hands and knees, making your way through your tabletop position. And tucking your toes behind you, begin to lift your hips, finding your downward facing dog. If it feels good, maybe taking a little movement here, pedaling through your heels, wiggling the hips. Whatever feels nice as you arrive in this shape here today. And anchoring down through both hands and both feet. Find yourself in stillness as you take a breath in and breath out. As you inhale, bring a nice deep bend into your knees. With your exhale, begin to walk your hands back to meet your feet, coming all the way back to the back of your mat, finding yourself in a forward fold. Feet are rooted to the earth, knees are nice and softly bent, so that your upper body can really hang heavy here, releasing towards the mat. Might even feel nice to nod your head yes, shake it out no, to help relax your neck. Maybe bringing a gentle sway side to side into the torso, helping to release the low back. Feeling this sense of surrender here as you take another breath in and breath out. Now reaching your right hand towards your left ankle, holding on to your outer ankle or maybe outer calf. Bend into that right knee, start to straighten the left as you inhale and sweep your left arm to the sky, find a twist. Leaning a little extra weight over to that right leg as you open through the heart for another inhale. As you exhale, gently unwind that twist, come back down through center. Same thing to the other side, left hand grabs for the right ankle. Bending your left knee, straightening the right as you inhale, sweep your right arm open. Spreading your collarbones wide, feeling that wingspan up through the right fingertips. Maybe even smiling here as you take another inhale. And exhale, gently unwind that twist. Hanging heavy here, take a big breath in. Open your mouth, let it out. Fingertips find the floor. Take an inhale, begin to walk your hands forward, walking yourself out to a plank position on your mat here. So settling with your shoulders stacked over the wrists, body nice and long, core nice and strong. Take an inhale right here in your plank. As you exhale, draw that right knee forward towards your nose. Then inhale, sweep it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, nice and slow, shift forward, knee to nose. Take your time with this. Inhale, sweep it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Last time here, inhale, three-legged dog, reach that right leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. This time, stepping your right foot in between your hands. Beautiful. Back knee gently lowers down to the mat, setting up for your low lunge here. Beautiful place to bring your blocks into the practice if you have them, perhaps placing them underneath your hands, just lifting the earth up to you so you can really feel this stretch for the hips. We're just passing through for today. Well, let's enjoy a nice inhale here. And exhale. Left hand is going to stay rooted down onto the mat or your block. Right hand finds your right thigh. Taking an inhale to lengthen through your spine. And as you exhale, turn into a twist, chest turning to face that right knee. Now just for today, we're going to keep the hands where they are. Left hand rooted, right hand on the thigh. And we're not going for a super big, deep, dramatic twist. We're just going to about 50% of where we might normally go in our practice. So remember, dropping some of that effort, dropping some of those expectations, and finding a yoga practice that you can really enjoy, that feels nurturing to your body. And let's take another inhale here. As you exhale, gently unwind that twist, bringing the right hand back down. Moving any props out of your way here as we start to heel toe that right foot all the way over to the left edge of your mat. Let that right knee open up to the right, and let's settle into our pigeon pose. So before we fold forward, because I know you want to, but first let's really feel into the pose here. So check in first of all with that right knee. If it's complaining at all here today, then instead of taking this pigeon, you're going to sit on your right hip, bring that left knee next to you, and take your pigeon here. Same stretch, much less intensity for the knee, okay? So that is always an option for you if you want it. If you're staying in your pigeon with that left leg behind you, let's next check in with that right hip. If there's some space between your hip and the floor, you can take your block, your blanket, and slide it right in there underneath your hip, just for a little extra support, a little extra love. Now we can take an inhale to lift the chest. And as you exhale, slowly begin to bring yourself down over that right shin. Maybe bringing forearms or forehead onto a block, if you have that. Maybe bringing yourself all the way down towards the mat. Now do remember, as we spend some time here, we're looking to have a fairly effortless practice today. So if you feel any strain or force on the body to take yourself all the way down into this shape, then maybe just for today, you back off. Maybe you try a little bit more of a lifted position. Just try it out, see how it feels. You always have options to play around with here. And as you settle into stillness in whichever choice feels best for you, we're going to stay for about 5 more rounds of breath. Noticing whatever comes up for you, any sensations here, any emotions, thoughts, reactions, meeting it all with your breath. Let flow in and out. All together, let's take another inhale here. And exhale. With your next natural inhale, slowly lifting back up onto your palms if you're not already there. You can move any props that you used off to the side for now. And to come out of this pose, we're all going to shift weight over onto the right hip. Swing that left leg all the way around in front of you. So lengthening out through that left leg, right foot will find your inner left thigh. Setting up for our Janusirsasana here. So sitting up nice and tall on the sits bones. Let's take an inhale to reach the arms up. As you exhale, reach forward towards your left toes and fold over that left leg. Left knee can be bent a little or a lot. Looking for a stretch in the back of the leg without any pulling, any burning, any pain. So maybe once again you want to invite in some props, perhaps bringing a block under the forehead again if that feels nice. And we're going to stay for about 5 more rounds of breath here. Noticing if you feel an inclination to go deeper into the shape, to try and touch those toes. And see if, again, just for today, you can back off just a little bit. Let this shape be a little bit softer for today. There's nothing to achieve here. Let's take another breath in and breath out. As you inhale, slowly sit back up, take your time. Crossing one shin in front of the other, let's rock over onto hands and knees. And then stepping out into your plank position, 1 foot at a time. Shoulders once again stacked over the wrists, nice and strong through the body here. Take an inhale. As you exhale, draw that left knee forward to your chest. And then inhale, sweep it back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, nice and slow and controlled, bring that left knee forward. You got this, move with your breath. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Once more here, inhale, sweep it back to 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, stepping your left foot in between your hands. Back knee lowers down when you're ready. Beautiful. Finding your low lunge here. Taking just a moment to get heavy through the hips, lift up through the heart. Let's take an inhale right here and stay for the exhale. Then planting down through your right palm, left hand to left thigh, taking your next inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, turn open into your twist, turning your chest towards that left knee. Rooting down through left foot and right hand, gently pressing up away from the earth. So you can really feel that expansion across the chest as you twist. Remember, this doesn't have to be your deepest, most intense twist that you've ever done. Just enough to feel that sweet release for the spine. And let's take another inhale here. As you exhale, gently unwind that twist, bringing your hand down. Starting to heel toe that left foot nice and wide towards the left edge of your mat, letting your knee fall open into your pigeon. Now, resisting that urge to just go right forward into your fold, let's actually take our time to set up this pose. So remember, if your knee or your hip is not really feeling this today, you always have the option to sit onto that left hip, bring your right knee next to you in this Z shape, and take that same pigeon stretch here. Now, if you want to keep that right leg back and you have a little space between your hip and the floor, then you always have the option to bring in a prop just to add a little bit of extra support for your body today. So choose your own adventure wherever you want to land in this shape. Once you're there, take a full breath in. And with that breath out, slowly walk yourself forward, starting to fold over that left shin. Now tune into that sensation in that left hip. Notice how it feels. If it's feeling quite intense today, then you might stay a little bit lifted, perhaps resting your forearms onto a block. If you feel like you want to stretch a little bit deeper and your body is happy with that, then maybe you lower yourself down towards the mat. So really letting your body dictate the pose for you here. Always making the pose work for your body and not the other way around. So kind of a simple way to put that is what feels most sweet to your body in this moment. And know that you can always adjust as we stay longer in this pose. We have about 5 more rounds of breath to enjoy here. Let's take another inhale here. And exhale. Moving slowly, take your next inhale to rise back up onto your palms. Moving any props off to the side. And to come out of this shape, we'll sit over onto the left hip. Swing that right leg around in front of you, setting up for our fold on this side. So right leg reaches long, left foot to your inner right thigh. Taking an inhale to reach the arms up as you sit tall. With your exhale, fold forward over that right thigh. So as your hips get heavy, reaching back, rooting you down, imagine your spine lengthening forward, your nose reaching towards your toes. So feeling that we're not really pursuing nose to knee here. Instead, we're thinking about length. Really getting that stretch for the back of the leg, for the lower back. And then once we feel that stretch, feel that sensation, we can really settle in and let the breath do the rest for us. So as we stay for the next 5-ish rounds of breath, noticing if you can soften your jaw, the muscles of your face, that point between your eyebrows, maybe even relaxing your fingers and toes, seeing where you can soften into this stretch a little bit more. And let's enjoy another inhale here. And exhale. With your inhale, slowly rising back up to a nice seated position. Stretching that left leg out long to meet your right and giving your legs a little wiggle, a little shake to release. Awesome. Please scoot yourself towards the middle of your mat if you're not already there, and slowly begin to lower yourself all the way down onto your back. As you come to lay down on your mat, draw your knees towards your chest and wrap yourself up in a nice big hug here, holding onto your shins or thighs. Notice how it feels to be held by the earth as you hold yourself here for a moment. Might even feel nice to rock side to side, get a little extra massage for the sacrum. And as you feel ready, we'll keep the legs together in front of the chest and stretch the arms out nice and wide, either to a T or a cactus shape. Drawing your shoulder blades down towards the floor underneath you and lifting your knees up to stack over your hips. Let's take an inhale here. As you exhale, slowly lower your legs to the left side of your mat, moving towards a twist. First few rounds of breath here, yours to readjust, add props as needed to make this shape really supportive for you. So maybe scooting the hips so you can line up hips and shoulders. Perhaps bringing a prop underneath or even between the legs so that you can really support the hips here. Again, trying out different things so that your body can be supported, so that you can be comfortable as we hold here. Because we're going to stay for a little bit longer in these twists today. We're going to stay for about 20 rounds of breath. So remember, you can always readjust or even come out of the pose before that 20 breaths is through. But really giving yourself this opportunity to stay, to rest, to sink into the pose. Maybe even closing your eyes if that feels safe and comfortable for you while you're here. Once again, can you find some places to soften where you might be holding on to some tension? Usually that's around the muscles of the face, the shoulders, the hips. And already we only have about 10 more rounds of breath here. Let's take one more inhale here. And exhale completely. Moving slowly, take your next inhale to roll back to center, back onto your back. Taking a moment to pause here, maybe hug the knees back in, give yourself a squeeze. Noticing how you feel in your body. And only once you feel ready, we'll take that twist to the other side. So legs together, knees come to stack over your hips, arms spread out wide. Taking an inhale here. And as you exhale, lowering your knees to that right side of your mat this time. Using these first few rounds of breath here to readjust, add your props. Finding that stacking of your legs, stacking of your hips. And getting as comfortable as you can so we can stay for another nice long hold here. Giving your body the opportunity to relax. Finding those places where you can soften. And if you're ready, you can close the eyes, perhaps softening your gaze instead. And enjoy these next 15-ish more rounds of breath in stillness and silence. About 3 more rounds of breath here. One more inhale. And exhale. As you inhale, slowly moving back through center, back onto your back. Perhaps again hugging the knees to the chest, maybe planting your feet, maybe stretching the body out long. Whatever feels good to release after those twists here. Finding what feels most nourishing for you. And as you feel ready, starting to move towards your final resting pose for today, your Shavasana. So perhaps that's our traditional Shavasana shape with the legs outstretched, with the arms by your sides. Maybe today you'd like to keep the feet planted or find some other comfortable position for the arms and the legs. Wherever you are you supported? Are you comfortable? Can you lay here in stillness for the next few minutes of meditation? Setting yourself up now in that final resting pose. And as you find stillness, bringing your awareness back to your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Following that natural rhythm of your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. In this meditation, I'll be inviting you to scan your awareness through different parts of your body to notice how you feel and to invite your body to relax more deeply. When you're ready to begin, Please draw your awareness all the way down into the soles of your feet. Noticing any sensations here at the soles of your feet. Any tightness, tingliness, even the temperature, hot, cold, just right. And inviting the soles of your feet to relax, to release any gripping or tension. And then moving your awareness to the tops of your feet, to the arches of your feet, all the way out through your toes. Noticing any sensations here. And inviting both of your feet to relax completely. Then drawing your awareness up into your ankles. Notice how you feel and allow your ankles to relax. Drawing your awareness up through your shins and your calves. Inviting your shins and calves to relax. Drawing awareness up through your knees, your thighs, all the way up into your hips. Inviting both legs to soften and relax. Drawing awareness into the area of your pelvis, your hips, your glutes. Notice how you feel. And invite this whole area to soften and relax. Drawing awareness to your low back, the muscles that surround your spine, all the way up into your upper back. Noticing how you feel. And inviting your back to relax completely. Drawing awareness to your low belly, your abdomen, your ribs, your chest. Inviting your torso to relax. Bringing awareness to your collarbones, your shoulders, your arms, your elbows, your wrists, your palms, the backs of your hands, your fingers. Inviting both hands to soften and relax. Inviting both arms to soften and relax. Then bringing awareness to your neck and throat. Notice how you feel and invite your neck to relax. Noticing your jaw, the space around your eyes, that point between your eyebrows, allowing the muscles of your face to relax. Noticing sensations at the base of your skull, around the back of your head, around your temples, and the top of your head. inviting your entire head to relax, allowing your entire body to relax completely, feeling your whole body is completely relaxed. I invite you to rest here for the next couple of minutes, and I'll bring you out of this meditation when it's time to do so. Breathe in and breathe out. Begin to bring your awareness back onto your mat, back into your physical space, feeling the parts of your body that are touching the earth, feeling the temperature of the air around you, slowly bringing yourself back into the present moment, inviting gentle movement back into your body, wiggling fingers and toes, rolling wrists and ankles, letting yourself move and stretch in any way that feels good as you reawaken. And eventually, drawing your knees towards your chest and rolling onto either side of your body, taking your time as you transition, enjoying a few breaths here. And when the time feels right, pressing yourself up to a seated position on your mat. As you make your way to that comfortable seat, keeping your body relaxed, your eyes closed, I invite you now to bring your hands together in front of you and begin to rub your palms together, creating a bit of heat between the hands, feeling that friction. Rubbing pretty vigorously here until you feel that warmth between the palms. And once you do feel that heat, you can separate the hands, bringing the heels of your hands onto your cheekbones and cupping your eyes with your palms. So you're not pressing into the eye, but just creating this little cavern, covering the eyes, using the warmth of the hands to help relax all the little muscles here. Breathing deeply, softening the muscles of the face. And with your hands over your eyes, slowly begin to flutter your eyes open. Gradually moving your hands away from your face, little by little taking in the space around you until the hands drop all the way down into your lap. I thank you so much for meeting me on the mat today. Namaste. Be well.